What's up guys, Cheapbeast aka Noah back today bringing another video. This time we're doing the must-have sneakers for 2022. I know we're like 3 months in, almost 4 months in at this point. I decided to make a list of sneakers that I feel like you probably should have in your collection or just what you want to wear for the rest of this year. I put a lot of stuff on here that's obviously been out for a while, but some stuff I feel like is getting kind of popular now, or I just feel like I've been wearing a lot more. So with that being said, let's just get right into some of these sneakers. So first one I have are actually a bunch of New Balances. New Balance has been killing it for like the past couple of years. I don't know why. I personally haven't picked any up. There's been some really good silhouettes. I feel like I've made multiple videos about New Balances, but the first one is the 550. You can find actually some of these for retail and also a good amount of them for resale too. A lot of the cooler ones I would say are for resale, but they're not going for too much over retail. Some of the cooler colorways I would suggest are the University Blue, which is going for about $170 resale. The White Gray, which is just really a basic colorway. All these are pretty basic colorways. That's basically going to be the theme of a lot of these sneakers on here. And the other one is Royal, which goes for $110, which is actually retail, and you can get them on newbalance.com like right now. I didn't check a lot of like the Foot Lockers and like that kind of stuff, but I imagine you can find some of these on there. But for like, I mean, max you're paying $170 resale. That's all just last sale. It depends on your size, but my favorites are probably the University Blue. They give a little bit of color. You get a little bit of that like Caroline blue on them, but I think it's a solid silhouette. I know they've been recommended a decent amount of times, and they've come up in some sneaker releases, so I think they're pretty good. There'll probably be a lot of other colorways releasing at some point, but just keep an eye out for the 550s. The next New Balance is the 990 V3. Most of these are going to be available for resale. There are a few for retail. The one for retail that I found was like $180. I do have that one on here. It's like a black gray. I think it's a made in USA one too, so it's $185 resale. But there's been a lot of collabs with them. The one I talked about last year, and I think it was on the top 10 list of last year, is the Joe Fresh Goods outside clothes. The last sale on this for resale was $320, so one of the more expensive ones that's going to be on this list. I usually try to keep everything on this list fairly cheap just because that's how I would want to do it. But for $320, not bad, pretty decent collab. There's like a Kith collab too. There's a lot of really good collabs with the 990 V3. There's a lot of 990 like V2s and stuff like that. So you can really just find your favorite 990 and go from there. I picked the 990 V3 because I thought it was probably one of the better silhouettes, and I thought there's some pretty cool sneakers for it. Next up, we have the basic sneakers. That's the category I'm going with here. These are just some cheap, easy sneakers that you can probably find for retail pretty easily. You can go into like any store and pick them up. So I put 3 options down for here. You know I had to put my Nike Blazers on here. They're only $100. I personally wear a pair all the time. I have a couple other pairs of them. I really like them, and you can definitely find a colorway that you like. There's like very simple ones with the white and like a blue on it, or white and black. That's the one I have. But there's a ton of stuff you can find for those, and you definitely can find them for retail. And then the next one are Air Force Ones. Obviously, they've been out for forever. They're $90, but they're always selling out, but they're always restocking them. You can easily find them. I'm not easily find them right now because they're just kind of really popular right now. But obviously, you go with all white ones. But if you like some other colorways, there's definitely other ones that sit. The all white ones sell out and then restock. I mean, they make them constantly, so you can definitely find some. And then the last one are Ultra Boost. Ultra Boost are my all-time favorite, all-time most comfortable sneaker. They're $180, so they are more on the expensive side, but I have like 4 pairs. I really enjoy the Boost on them. They're really comfortable to walk around in, something I would definitely wear every day, and just something that's super comfortable. And there's a ton of colorways of it. You can definitely go into like a Foot Locker, any of your local like shoe stores, and find Ultra Boost on there. There's probably ones for sale for like $130 and stuff like that. So these are some really good basic sneakers to have in your collection. So the next one that I actually put down is the Nike Air Max 1. It's actually the 35th anniversary of the Air Max 1. It feels like Nike has been really pushing a lot of these. There's obviously been a cool colorways released and some cool collabs. The one I personally have is the Pata Air Max 1 in the Noise Aqua colorway. It's reselling for like $260, which isn't bad at all. I put these number 2 of my favorite sneakers last year. I really like these sneakers. I'm really happy I got them from retail. Retail was like $150, $160 or something like that. So you can definitely find them retail. I got lucky with these, and I don't know why they're only $260 resale. I think they're probably one of the best sneakers in my collection. I actually really like these a lot, but I feel like Nike's been pushing a lot in Air Max 1. Air Max Day is actually coming up fairly soon. It's coming up on the 26th. And there's actually going to be an exclusive release for it, depending on your region. For North America is the one I put. It's the Blueprint, which is the exclusive for North America. It's going to be $150 resale. It's pretty just blue. I mean, it's not like anything crazy. I would suggest these ones over those, but if you want something more for retail, something new that's coming out, I think it's pretty cool. I don't think it's a bad colorway. There were two other ones, I don't remember the exact names, but if you're in Europe or like Asia and South America, I think are the other two ones, you can check those ones out too. I think South America and Asia had probably the coolest one, but I like the blueprint too, so I thought it was pretty good. But Air Max ones, solid sneaker, very comfortable. A lot of these on here, the must-haves, are very comfortable sneakers and something I would recommend wearing all the time. So next up is a Jordan 1 Low, another sneaker I feel like Nike has been pushing a decent amount. They're a lot cheaper than the highs and a lot cheaper resale for the highs, and they're kind of easier to wear just because they're low tops. I like wearing low tops again. I wasn't the high tops like last year. Now I'm like low tops again. Jordan 1 Lows, I've been kind of pushing them for like 2 years or something like that. I've always liked them, haven't picked up. Now I have two pairs. I have this one, which is the bread toe. It's reselling for about 180. I think it retailed for 110, or maybe it was just 100. I mean, obviously if this was a high, I'd be going for a lot more. It's obviously the bread colorway, the bread toe version of the Jordan 1 Lows, and they're doing like that kind of stuff with a decent amount of them. There's the green toe too, which is also reselling for $180. It's the same thing as this, same color blocking as this, but green. So I mean, obviously there's like the pine greens and stuff like that. So there are like really good colorways in Jordan 1 Lows, and they're not too expensive. Plus they're restocking them a decent amount on the Nike app, not the sneakers app. So you can definitely find something on there in the Jordan 1 Lows for a decent price. And then there's also simple colorways, which this one actually has risen a lot in resale. It's just the neutral gray, so it's basically all white with a little bit of gray on it. It's reselling for $250 right now, which is kind of ridiculous, but it's a super simple colorway, and I feel like that's why people are wearing it. But $250 is still a lot cheaper than probably any Jordan 1 high that you can find. So if you want to pick up a really easy to wear colorway, I mean, $250 is not terrible, but I mean, you can definitely find cool colorways like the bread toe too. And the last ones that I'm actually going to talk about are ones that I feel like I hated on a little bit, but I feel like at this point you should probably pick some up. But they're Yeezy slides or the Yeezy foam runners. They're relatively cheap, especially if you get them for retail. They're not terrible a resale. They're a little more expensive, especially the foam runners, but they've been hyped up for a while now. And I feel like if you don't, at this point, they're restocking fairly often. And they're kind of easy. They're not easy to get because I actually haven't hit on a single one. I bought a pair for a giveaway, but that's the only ones I've had. But I am trying to pick up some Yeezy slides for retail if I can. But they have some just neutral colorways, and if you just want to wear something, they look pretty comfortable. They look like they have a decent amount of material underneath them, so they'd be pretty comfortable to wear. But two of the colorways would be the Pure and the Onyx. The Pure, I definitely has restocked multiple times. I've seen it restock over and over again. They're going for like probably under 150 depending on your size. And the Onyx is actually one that I think released just this month for the first time, but also it's going for like 150. It's just all black, so if you want black slide, not a bad one. But you can definitely find some Yeezy slides releasing fairly frequently. I feel like I've seen them a lot. Maybe they'll release more in the summer. But then there's the foam runners, which also has a bunch of neutral colorways, but they're a little more expensive. You can find them. I try to pick the ones that were closer to $200. They can go for like $300, $400. But the ochre colorway is a more neutral basic. I think it's a little like has an orange hint to it, but nothing too crazy on that. And the last one, I did want to pick a more colorful one. It's the vermilion. So like kind of like the Red October of foam runners. It's red, so it's really colorful. And if you want to pull off something different that's not just a neutral colorway, it's definitely a good one to pick up, just because Yeezy and anything red always gets compared to Red Octobers. But Yeezy slides and foam runners at this point, especially with summer coming around, are probably a good one because you can just wear them a decent amount. They're not going to get too beat up, and even if they do, Yeezy slides are $60 retail, and I think foam runners are maybe 100. Obviously they're a little more resale, but if you can get one for retail, then it's a pretty good pickup. So these are just some of the sneakers that I recommend for picking up for this year. I think they're pretty good ones. I try to pick more like everyday ones, stuff you can wear all the time. Obviously there's stuff that you may want in your collection that will be releasing this year, some collabs, some really hyped up sneakers, but this is stuff you can find for probably most of them under like $300, most of them under like $200. So I think there's some really good stuff here. Let me know in the comments which of these sneakers is one that you're thinking about picking up, and also let me know if you guys have any more suggestions to add to this list. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.